Hello students, welcome to today's lecture. In the last class we have discussed about the different types of consistency limits, consistency indices, which are also called as Atterberg limits. Right? We have also seen how to determine the liquid limit and plastic limit of a given soil sample in the laboratory. Right? Now in today's class we are going to talk about what are the different classifications of soil are available. Okay, so jumping into our lecture, so we'll be talking about an in-depth way of how to classify the soil and what are the different classifications which are available for the soil. Right? So now before we talk about the soil classification systems or the soil classification patterns, we need to ask one thing for ourselves, like why is it important to study or why is it important to classify the soil? What is the purpose of classifying the soil? Now if you take or if you had observed the different types of soils in the real-time scenario, you all must have understood that each soil will exhibit different color, each soil will exhibit different properties, each soil will have its own individuality. Now if you want to collect a set of soil sample which possess same characteristics, then it is easy to identify the soils based on the classification system which is available. So the purpose of doing the soil classification is the soils which are possessing the same characteristics can be placed under one umbrella. Right? So all the soils whatever are available, we have to divide all the soils based on their characteristics, and hence such kind of system where the soils are classified based on their characteristics are called as soil classification systems. Okay. Now the next important thing is what are the different types of soil classification systems that are available across the globe. We have different soil classification systems that are available. So to begin with, the first one is the particle size classification. So here the particle size classification mainly classify the soils based on the size of a given soil sample or the size of a sample soil particles. The second classification system is textural classification. Right? So we know that we have two different textures for any type of soil. One is smooth texture and the rough texture. So based on the smooth and rough texture of the soil, it can be classified as textural classification system. The third one is Highway Research Board classification, so which is also called as HRB classification. The fourth one is Unified Soil Classification System. It is also called as USCS, Unified Soil Classification System. And the fourth one is AASHTO classification system, AASHTO, American Association State Highway Classification System. And the last one is Indian Soil Classification System, which is also called as ISCS, Indian System or Indian Standard Classification System. So we have 6 different types of soil classification systems. Out of all the 6, we are going to study about the last one, which is Indian Standard Soil Classification System. So technically there is no much difference between Unified Soils Classification System, which is the fourth one, and the Indian Standard Classification System. So Indian Standard Classification System of soils is purely depending on the Unified Soil Classification System. So we'll talk about, in this lecture, we'll talk about only the last one, which is soil where it is classified as per Indian standards. Okay. So jumping into our classification system, which is Indian Standard Soil Classification System. This is provided in the code book IS 1498 of 1970. So if you want to have a detailed look into the different soil classification system, the code book of IS 1498 will give you a clear-cut details of how to identify the soils and what are the different types of soils that are available as per Indian standards. So we'll talk about that. So we have the total 18 groups of soil systems are available. Okay. So totally we have 18 groups of soil. So out of these 18 groups, 8 are belonging to coarse grain, 9 are belonging to fine grain, and 1 belongs to the peat group, PEAT. Okay. So we have 18 groups of soil broadly, but when you narrow it down, we have 8 coarse grained groups and 9 fine grained groups, 1 peat group. So these are the 18 groups of soil classifications, Indian standard soil groups, which are available for us. So we'll have a detailed look on what 8 groups of coarse grained soil consists of, what are the different 9 groups of fine grained soil system consists of, and the peat group consists of what kind of soils. Okay, we'll talk about that. Now the next important aspect is each group is designated with a symbol. So if you have 8 groups in coarse grained soil and 9 groups in fine grained soil and 1 peat group. So each and every group is designated with a proper symbol. We'll talk about those symbols also. And also it consists of 2 capital letters. So when you are representing any soil sample, so you are going to represent by using 2 capital letters, whereas the first one, when one of the letters indicates group which is designated for that soil system. So coming to the next one, which are soil symbols. We have different soils which are available for us. So for each and every soil we have different symbols. So look into the aspect. The first one is gravel is always denoted with capital G. Sand is denoted with capital S. Silt is denoted with capital M. And clay is denoted with capital C. Organic soil is denoted with the symbol capital O. And the last one, which is peat, is denoted with the symbol PT. So these are the 7 different available soil symbols. Gravel is denoted with capital G, sand is denoted with S, clay is denoted with C, silt is denoted with M, organic soils or organic is denoted with capital O, and the last one, peat, is denoted with PT, capital P, small t. So these are the different soil symbols which are available for us. I want everyone to make a note of all these things, because these are the most important things which we are going to focus from now on. Okay. So, and the next aspect is different liquid limit symbols. You already have an idea about how to identify the liquid limit of a given soil sample. Now, in order to identify, or once upon you identify the liquid limit of a soil, these liquid limit symbols are broadly classified into 3 types. One is low plastic, second one is medium plastic or intermediate plastic, and the last one is high plastic or highly plastic. So low plastic is denoted with the symbol capital L, intermediate plastic is denoted with the symbol capital I, and high plastic is denoted with the symbol capital H. So in low plastic liquid limit, the liquid limit is less than 35, whereas in intermediate plastic the liquid limit ranges between 35 to 50, whereas the last one, which is highly plastic, consists of a liquid limit greater than 50. So these are the broad view of what we are going to study from now on. So remember the soil groups or the soil symbols and also the liquid limit symbols. Now coming to the next one, which is the first letter. As I said earlier, the first letter is based on the main soil type. Suppose, say for example, it is represented with GM. Okay, whereas G represents gravel, M represents something else, like we'll talk about that. But for now, G represents capital G represents soil, which is the main soil group, whereas the second letter represents gradation and plasticity. Okay, second letter represents the gradation and plasticity characteristics. So we'll talk about in a depth way of what we are going to do now. Okay, so the next aspect is Indian standard classification system of soils for different types of soils. So broadly we have 3 different types. The first one is coarse grained soils, where greater than 50% of the total weight of a given soil sample is greater than 75 microns. Right? Suppose if you take 100 grams of soil sample or 1 kg of a soil sample, when you want to classify any soil as a coarse grained soil, it must, when you sieve on 75 micron sieve or set of 75 micron sieves, more than 50% of the total material by its weight should be larger than or must retain on 75 micron sieve. Okay. So the next group is fine grained soils. So when will you call any soil as a fine grained soil? Here the condition is greater than 50% of the total volume of the soil sample, not volume, total weight of the soil sample must pass through 75 microns. Okay. So if you take 1 kg of the soil sample, out of 1 kg, more than 50%, that is maybe half kg or 600 grams or 700 grams should pass from 75 micron sieve. Then only you are going to tell the classified soil as fine grained soil. And the last one is highly organic soils, and also called as miscellaneous soil types. So what are these? The condition is it contains high amounts of organic matter. Okay, so these kind of highly organic soils usually consist of highly organic matters. Now what happens in these three different types of soil classifications? So when you want to say any soil as a coarse grained soil, the total weight, that is greater than 50% of the total weight of the soil sample, must retain on 75 microns. If it is retaining on 75 microns, what does it indicate is the soil particles which are stored or which are retained above 75 micron sieve are said to be greater than 75 microns in size. So similarly, when you want to tell any soil as a fine grained soil, greater than 50% of the total weight of the soil must pass through 75 micron sieve. And the last one is highly organic soil, which consists of organic matter like the plant waste or animal waste, something like that. Okay. So the next aspect is we will talk about what are the different types of coarse grained soils. Okay. So again, the coarse grained soils are broadly divided into gravels. Okay. Next one is sand or sands. Okay. So coarse grained soils are broadly classified into gravels and sand. So the condition for gravel is greater than 50% of the coarse fraction is larger than 4.75 mm. So when you take a soil sample, greater than 50% of the total weight of the soil sample must be larger than 4.75 mm. Whereas for fine grained soils, greater than 50% of the soil sample must be less than 4.75 mm. So when the soil sample, when you take a soil sample, if more than 50% of the total weight of the soil sample is greater than 4.75 mm, then such kind of soils are called as gravels. Okay. So when the similar case is happening in a reverse way, that is when greater than 50% of the coarse grained soils are passing through 4.75 mm, then such kind of soil is called as sand. I guess now it is clear. Now the next classification is fine grained soils are also broadly divided into silt and clays of low compressibility, which is denoted with the symbol L. L represents low compressibility. So the first classification in fine grained soils is silt and clay of low compressibility. The second classification is silt and clays of medium compressibility or intermediate compressibility, which is denoted with I, capital I. I represents intermediate compressibility. And the last one is silts and clays of high compressibility, which is denoted with the symbol capital H. So these are the three different classifications when you broadly classify the fine grained soils. Silt and clays of low compressibility, silt and clays of medium compressibility or intermediate compressibility, and the last one is silt and clays of high compressibility. So L is for low compressibility, I is for intermediate compressibility, and H is for high compressibility. Now when will you call any soil as medium compressibility, low compressibility and high compressibility? The condition is when the liquid limit is less than 35%, then such kind of soil is called as silts and clay or silts and clay of low compressibility. When the liquid limit is in between 35 to 50%, then the soil is said to be silts and clays of intermediate compressibility. When the liquid limit is greater than 50%, then silts and clay is said to be an high compressibility. So these are the broad classifications of coarse grained soils and fine grained soils. In coarse grained, you have two types. One is gravel and the sand. So gravel means greater than 4.75 mm and sand means less than 4.75 mm. Whereas in fine grained soils, we have three types. One is based on low compressibility, intermediate compressibility, and high compressibility. Low compressibility will have a liquid limit less than 35. Intermediate compressibility will have a liquid limit in between 35 to 50%, whereas high compressibility will have a liquid limit greater than 50%. Right? Now we will talk about the broader aspects of the different groups of soil. Like we discussed, there are totally 18 groups of soil which are available. So before we discuss that, we will talk about the different symbols which are available for each classification. Now in the left side you can observe the group symbol, and on the other side you can observe the classification system or the classification type. Right? So the first one, G, capital G, W represents, we already discussed that the first letter indicates the main soil group. So G represents gravel, where W represents well graded gravel. Okay, so W represents well graded. We have seen grading of soils, right? Three different gradings of soil: well graded, poorly graded, and the last one which we are talking now, right? So the first one is GW, is nothing but well graded gravel. So W represents well graded and G represents gravel. And the second one is GP. G represents gravel and P represents poorly graded gravel. Okay, when it comes for well graded gravel, it is represented with W. When it comes for poorly graded, it is represented with capital P. Okay, so GP represents poorly graded gravel. And the next one is GM. So here G represents gravel and M represents silt, which is called as silty gravel. Okay, so GM represents silty gravel. M is also called as MHO, Mo. Okay, so forget about Mo parameter, but when you are representing a soil sample with M, it is called as silt. So here GM represents silty gravel. And the next one is GC. So G is nothing but gravel and C is called clay. So it is called as clayey gravel. Right? Now you have got an idea about gravel classifications. So GW, GP, GM and GC. The first letter is indicating the main soil type and the second letter is indicating based on the well graded or poorly graded or silt gravel or clay particles. This is what the gravel classification is. Now come to the sand classification, which is the second one. SW represents well graded sand. S represents sand here and W represents well graded. And the next one is SP, that is poorly graded sand. And the next one is SM, that is silty sand. It consists of silt particles or silty particles. And the last one is SC, which is called as clayey sand. C represents clay and S represents sand, and hence clayey sand is denoted with SC. The next table comes for silt soils. M represents silt, that is what we have discussed, MHO, Mo. So ML represents silt of low plasticity, MI represents silt of intermediate plasticity, MH represents silt of high plasticity. Okay, low plasticity, intermediate plasticity, high plasticity. Now the next one is clay classification. CL represents clay of low plasticity, CI represents clay of intermediate plasticity, CH represents clay of high plasticity. And the last one, and I mean not last the last one, but last one is organic soils. OL represents organic soils of low plasticity, OI represents organic soils of intermediate plasticity, and the last one is OH, which is called as organic soils of high plasticity. And the last group is peat group, which is represented with PT. So these are the 18 groups of the soil classification system. I guess now you are clear with all the 18 groups as per Indian standard approach. Now we will talk in a much more broader way. Okay. So the first thing is, observe this chart which is showing the flow chart of how to classify the soil. Right. So we'll look initially into how to classify the soil, then we'll divide the soil into different groups which we have seen. Right. So the first one is, you are given with certain amount of soil sample. So the first thing which you will do is, you inspect the soil with your naked eye, or else you will also do the sieve analysis test. So when you do the soil sieve analysis test, for a given soil sample, it is basically that if 50% or more of the soil sample is retained on 75 micron sieve. Remember the second diamond shaped thing, if you observe, if 50% or more is retained on 75 micron sieve, then it is classified as coarse grained soil. If less than 75, if the soil sample, that is if 50% of more has not retained on 75 micron sieve, then it is called as a fine grained soil, the second one. Okay, so if 50% or more is retained on 75 micron sieve, it is called as a coarse grained soil. If 50% or more is not retained on 75 micron sieve, then it is called as a fine grained soil. So this is how the initial stages of classification based on 75 micron sieve. Now come back to the coarse grained soil classification. And again in coarse grained soil classification, if 50% or more of the coarse fraction is retained on 4.75 mm, then it is called as a gravel. Okay, observe the next one. So if 50% of more or more is retained on 4.75 mm, then it is called as a gravel. If less than, it is sand. Okay, so less than it is sand, less than 4.75 mm is called as sand, and greater than 4.75 mm is called as gravel. Now come back to the fine grained soil classification system. So in fine grained soil classification system, we are going to determine the liquid limit and plastic limit of a soil. Okay, so once you determine the liquid limit and plastic limit of a soil, we are going to identify in such a way by using the plasticity chart, which is also called as Atterberg limits chart, where we are going to have an A line which is called as Atterberg line. So we will talk about the fine grained soil classification system in the next class, where we are going to talk on the plasticity chart and its importance. Okay, so this is how you are going to initially classify the soil, either by visual identification or by doing sieve analysis test. So remember, we have two classifications, one is coarse grained soil and fine grained soil. So how you are classifying coarse grained soil? It is because, or it is due to the phenomena of when 50% or more is retained on 75 micron sieve, it is called as coarse grained soil. When 50% or more, when 50% or more is not retained on 75 micron sieve, then it is called as a fine grained soil. Again in coarse grained soil you have gravel, which is based on 4.75 mm greater, and sand which says 4.75 mm lesser. Again in fine grained soils you are going to determine by using liquid limit and plastic limit of soil. So the next classification is the classification of coarse grained soil, which is technically gravel. Okay, in coarse grained soil we have two classifications, one is gravel based and the second one is sand based. You know how to identify gravel because it is due to, or it is because of the more than 50% is retained on 4.75 mm, then it is called as a gravel. So in gravel again we have different types. Less than 50% passing through 75 micron sieve, it is called as well graded gravel or poorly graded gravel. Similarly, between 5 and 12%, if it is passing through 75 micron sieve, it can be classified as well graded gravel, that is GW, and the second one is GW to GM. GW represents well graded gravel, GM represents silty gravel, whereas the other classification is GW to GC, that is well graded gravel to clayey gravel, and the third one is GP to GC, that is poorly graded gravel to clayey gravel. And the last one is GP to GM, that is poorly graded gravel to silty gravel. So likewise, the third case scenario is more than 12% pass through 75 micron sieve, then it is GC, that is called as clayey gravel, or GM to GC, that is silty gravel to clayey gravel, or only GM, which is called as silty gravel. This is the broad classification of various types of gravel classification system. Now we will talk about the classification of coarse grained soil for sand. Okay, again for sand we are going to talk about less than 5% passing through 75 microns. We have two types of sands. One is well graded sand, which is called as SW, and poorly graded sand, which is called as SP. The second one is between 5 and 12% pass through 75 microns. We have 4 types: SW to SM, SW to SC, SP to SC, and SP to SM. And the last classification is when more than 12% passing through 75 micron. Then we have silty clay or clayey silt, or SM to SC, which is silty sand, and the second one is clayey sand, and the last one is silty soil or silty sand. This is the broad classification of coarse grained soil, which is related to sand. Now the next classification is classification of fine grained soil based on organic matter. So based on the organic matter, we have 3 different classifications. One is when liquid limit less than 35, second is when liquid limit in between 35 to 50, and the last one is when liquid limit is greater than 50. Similarly, you have in each and every type, when liquid limit is less than 35, we have organic as well as inorganic. And again in the second case we have organic and inorganic, and again in the third case we have organic and inorganic. Now coming to the first one, which is ML, right? So L represents, right? M represents silt. L represents low plastic silt or low plasticity silt. OL, likewise MI, OI, MH and OH. So these are the different classifications which are available in organic matter. So here O represents organic matter. Okay, in the last, if you observe one over the other, so O represents organic matter. And the last classification is classification of fine grained soil, which are based on clay. So again in clay we have 3 different types which are based on liquid limit. When liquid limit is less than 35, it is called as CL. When liquid limit is between 35 to 50, it is called as CI. And when liquid limit is greater than 50, it is called as CH. Okay, so these are the broad classifications of the different types of soil classification system. Right? So in the next class, we will talk about the different aspects of well graded, poorly graded, and the other different types of soil classification system. So this is all about the 18 groups of the soil classification system, which is based on Indian standards. Thank you.